live at FAU Baseball Stadium on FAU Owl Radio on YouTube. I'm Maddox Greenberg. The 1-2 FAU Owls host the 2-1 Missouri Tigers today in this standalone game. The Owls went 1-2 in their opening series to Notre Dame, while Missouri went 2-1 against Mount St. Mary's, winning the last two games. The Owls are coming off of a 37-21 season, losing to UTSA in Game 9 in the American Conference Championship Tournament. The Tigers won 16-39 last season, losing to Alabama in the first round of the SEC tournament. This is the second time both programs are playing each other. The only other time was back in 2010 when Missouri won 4-2 in Columbia, Missouri. Leading the visiting Tigers is Carrick Jackson, who's in his second year with the program. He last served as Memphis's head coach before returning to the Tigers, this time as their 15th head coach. Leading the home Owls is John McCormick, who's in his 18th year with the program. He's been with the program for 36 years, taking the Owls to 5 NCAA regionals. The Owls look to get back in the win column, while the Tigers look to open the season 3-1. We'll be back for starting lineups and first serve. I'm Maddox Greenberg, and you're listening to FAU Owl Radio on YouTube. We are back here on FAU Owl Radio on YouTube. Maddox, Greenberg here, moments away between the FAU Owls facing against the Missouri Tigers in the standalone game. Leading off the lineup for Missouri. Top four batters. First, center fielder Tyler Macon. First baseman Jason Woita. Right fielder Pierre Seals and catcher Mateo Serna playing cleanup. Then 5 through 7. 5, third baseman Chris Patterson. 6, second baseman Blaze Ward. And 7th, designated hitter Cameron Benson. And the last 2, left fielder Isaiah Frost and shortstop Garrick Goldbeck. Pitching for Missouri will be J.D. Dorman. Leading the starting lineup for FAU from 1 to 4, center fielder Marshall Lipsy, right fielder Brett Patton, third baseman Nick Romano, and shortstop Brando LaRoe. With 5 through 9, left fielder Michael Peraza, first baseman Patrick Ward, designated hitter Xavier Moranta, catcher TJ Gramercy, and second baseman John Martinez. Pitching for Missouri will be Kade UTA. Here for the national anthem right now. Back after the national anthem. Umpires, home plate, AJ Lostaglio. First base umpire, Brandon Henson. And third base umpire, Dario Riverio. Leading FAU this season is head coach John McCormick in his 18th year as the leader of this squad, 36th overall. Meanwhile, leading Missouri will be head coach in the second year, Kirk Jackson, his second stint with the Missouri Tigers, first time as a head coach. FAU wearing white, Missouri be wearing gray. It is overcast here with the sun setting to our right. The only lights illuminating this field is the stadium lights. The pitcher for FAU, Kidi Udutier, the Tuye, check that. The redshirt sophomore left-handed pitcher from Merritt Island, Florida, sat out in his freshman year due to an off-season injury. And last year, 8.4 the ERA, a 1-0 record. 21 appearances on the mound, 15 innings pitched, 22 hits, 15 runs, 14 earned runs, 10 walks, 15 strikeouts, allowing a single, 2 triples, and a home run, facing against 74 batters. The standalone game between these two programs, their second time meeting each other. The infield will be consisting of first baseman Patrick Ward, second baseman John Martinez, shortstop Brando LaRoe, and then third baseman Nick Romano. In the outfield will be left fielder Michael Peraza, center fielder Marshall Lipsy, and right fielder Brett Patton. First 3 up for the batting for Missouri will be Tyler Macon, Chase Woita, and Pierre Seals. Now Macon gets to the right batter's box, and we are underway here in Boca Raton, Florida. 6:35 standard time. First pitch is a fastball. It will be a strike one. Throwing off Macon right there. Macon, a redshirt sophomore center fielder for Missouri from Kirkwood, Missouri. Second pitch by Adetuye, and it hit grounded into the shortstop LaRoe, who throws it across over to Ward at first and records the first out. Retires the first batter. Up to number 2, Jace Wojta. Wojta, the graduate first baseman from Lincoln, Nebraska. His first year with this program, coming out of South Carolina, a fellow SEC opponent. Adetuye with his third pitch will be a curveball for a strike one again. This season, Adetuye, 3.1 innings pitched, 2 hits, 2 walks. Wojta, the left-handed batter. Big swing and a miss for strike 2. Today. And down the dirt for a ball, 1-1-2 count. Touye takes a deep breath, sets up for his next pitch, and hit out high into the air over the left field. Marshall Lipsy runs up to get it, and that will be the second out. Easy for Lipsy right there. He was in the vicinity where the ball was at, and records the second out for the Owls here in the top of the first. Now up is Pierre Seals. Third in the batting order, the graduate right fielder from Memphis, Tennessee, his second season. Check that third year with Missouri. Touye with the late kick and hit into the dirt. Over into the hands of Ward off to the right side. And that quick ground ball, of course, a quick frame here at the top of the first. 3 up, 3 down for this FAU Owls defense. When we return, bottom of the first, with Marshall Lipsy, Brett Patton, and Nick Romano will be batting for FAU here in the bottom of the first inning. I'm Maddox Greenberg, and you're listening to FAU Owl Radio on YouTube. We are back here on FAU Owl Radio on YouTube. Maddox Greenberg here for FAU versus Missouri in the 4th baseball game of the season for the baseball program for FAU. Quick 3 up, 3 down for the FAU defense. Now up to the Missouri defense to try to stop FAU. Pitching for Missouri will be J.D. Dorman. Infield be consisting of first baseman Jace Wojta, second baseman Blaze Ward, shortstop Garrett Goldbeck, and third baseman Chris Patterson. Outfield consisting of left fielder Isaiah Frost, center fielder Tyler Macon, and right fielder Pierre Seals. Pitching for Missouri, freshman pitcher J.D. Dorman, the right-handed pitcher from St. Louis, Missouri. 4-year letter winner in both baseball and basketball. First batter he's going against is Marshall Lipsy, the left-handed batter. from Longview, Texas, in the second year with the Owls. And grounded out, past the hand of the pitcher, Dorman into the shortstop. Goldbeck throws over to the first base. Woida records the first out here at the bottom of the first inning. Second up for FAU is Brett Patton, the left-handed batter, the junior right fielder from Manasquan, New Jersey. His first year with the Owls, coming in from Indian Rivers State College. Dorman, the late kick, and outside for ball one. Last season, Patton had a .353 and be a strike one called by the umpire, Lastaglio. So it's a 1-1 count here. The third pitch by Dorman. Here comes number 4. Late kick, throws upstairs for ball 2. It's a 2-1 count. On deck for FAU is Nick Romano. Dorman with a pitch and low in the dirt for a 3-1 count near the ankle of Patton. 3-1 count, base is empty at the bottom of the first. FAU's defense played 3 up, 3 down. Missouri looking to do the same thing. And outside, and he walks Patton. Patton gets the first. The first walk for Dorman this season. Now the Owls having that runner on base as Nick Romano be now up to bat. His first time at bat this season. Another left-handed batter. He actually is a switch hitter for FAU. Check that, it's not his first time at bat. This is his 8th time at bat. And Dorman quickly throws over the first base. Woida trying to keep Brett Patton in check as Patton's looking to possibly steal second. He is 1 for 1 this season. Woida checks first. The late kick and be a check swing, strike one by Romano. Nick Romano, the redshirt senior third baseman from Boca Raton, Florida, a local kid. Transfer from Georgia Tech. And Dorman again throws over the first to Woida. 0-1 count. 1 out, runner on first. Here at the bottom of the first, scoreless, with FAU's offense looking to get on the board first in the standalone game against the SEC opponent. And again, throwing over the first to check on Patton. Patton did not steal any bases. Actually, check out, has 34 stolen bases at Indian River State. And again, throwing over the Patton. Patton getting to the head of Dorman a little bit here. Dorman back on the mound. Checks first. Throws and outside. 1-1 count. Check that, be ruled actually a strike. So it'll be an 0-2 count on Romano. On deck is Brando Leroux, the shortstop for FAU. Dorman with the pitch. And big swing and a miss, be a foul tip though. So count remaining 0-2, but a foul ball by Romano. Romano has a .364 on base percentage this season. Getting walked 4 times, struck out once. So having no hits, no runs this season, early in the season. Dorman again checking first to Patton. Romano back in the batter's box. Batting left, going against the left-handed pitcher. Dorman again throws over to the first baseman. Woida to check on Patton. Check that. Dorman, the right-handed pitcher. So left-hand batter versus the right-handed pitcher. Patton dancing around at first. Way upstairs, nowhere to be reached. A 1-2 count. Patton already getting to the head of Dorman, just way off of a pitch. Kept checking Patton at first, throwing him off his game a little bit with a way outside pitch. 8 on the pitch clock. Dorman winds up and low in the dirt, swing and a miss by Romano. That records the second out for FAU. Now to bat is Brando Leroux, the graduate shortstop from Markham, Ontario, Canada. Last season, he was the 2025 All-American Conference second team. The right-handed batter for FAU. Transferred in from Bossier Parish Community College. And the first pitch, actually won't be the first pitch, as Dorman again checking first to Patton. Leroux this season, 250 batting. Dorman with a throw. And upstairs for, check out, be ruled inside for a strike one. That was his 12th pitch for Dorman. Dorman with a pitch and swing and a miss by Leroux. 0-2 count. Last season, Leroux was named to the mid-season watch list for the Brooks Wallace Award, given out to the best shortstop. He led the Owls in batting average with .319 and started all 53 games at shortstop. And Patton going to steal second, out of the reach of Ward. And Patton makes his way to third, and he is stolen off just second, but third base. So runner at scoring position, it will be Patton. An error made by the catcher, Matteo Cerna, throwing over to second baseman Ward out of his own hands into shallow outfield as Patton makes his way from first to third. So great position for Leroux as the batter on a 1-2 count. And swing attempt made by Leroux to be ruled a swing and strikeout. And another and scoreless here in the first inning. Both teams couldn't get to home plate, but Patton was close enough for FAU. When we return to the top of the second, batting for Missouri, Matteo Cerna, Chris Patterson, and then Blaze Ward. You're listening to FAU Owl Radio on YouTube. Well, we are back here on FAU Owl Radio on YouTube. Maddox, Greenberg here at the FAU Baseball Stadium in Boca Raton, Florida, as the Owls take on the Missouri Tigers. Entering the top of the second inning, back to FAU's defense side. In the top of the first inning, kept Missouri short at just 3 batters, a 3-up, 3-down inning for a strong FAU defense. Pitching for FAU, Kidi Edituyi. Big swing and a miss made by the first batter. He'll be facing this inning, Matteo Cerna, the catcher from Doral Florida, the junior switch hitter. And low in the dirt for a 1-1 count. Serna this season, 4 at-bats, 1 run, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts. On-base percentage is perfect 200. And check swing made, 1-2 count for the right-handed batter. Serna played at the local American Heritage High School. And upstairs for a 2-2 count. Infield shifts to the left. And hit over into that direction. And great catch made by Leroux. The shortstop for FAU records the out. The first out for the top of the second inning. Now up is Chris Patterson, the sophomore third baseman for the Missouri Tigers from Frisco, Texas. Last season with the team as a true freshman, a .323 batting at 112 at-bats in 35 games he has played in. Batting right. And attitude with his 13th pitch is a strike one against Patterson. Patterson with a .444 batting. Patterson, the right-handed batter. And in the middle again for a strike 2. 0-2 count, bases empty here at the top of the second. Scoreless early in this game. Both teams' defenses showed out. However, FAU got close enough to third base. And big swing and a miss for a foul tip, actually, behind home plate. So foul one keeps it out with 0-2 count. Adetuyi. Pitch and swing and a miss made by Patterson. Strikes him out for Adetuyi's first K. So still scoreless. We head to the 6th batter for Missouri, Blaze Ward, the freshman second baseman from Momel, Arizona. Check out Momel, Arkansas. Apologies there. .286 batting for the left-handed batter. The 17th pitch by Adetuyi is once again down the middle for a strike one. And low in the dirt for a ball once, a 1-1 count. Last season as a redshirt freshman, Adetuyi made his return from Tommy John surgery, but sat him out in his freshman year, and then pitched a shutout inning on February 15th against Delaware. Over 2 years ago. 2-1 count, low in the dirt again for Adetuyi. Blaze Ward, 4-time 5A Central All-Conference selection out of Momel High School. And hits into the dirt off to the right side. Foul ball. Foul one, strike 2 is a 2-2 count. 2 outs, bases empty. Large gap in the infield behind second base. A little bit tighter on the right side than the left in the infield. The left-handed batter, Ward. And hits into the dirt. Ground ball over to Martinez, throws over the Ward and records another quick 3 up, 3 down. Top frame here in the top of the second innings. We had the bottom of the second, the FAU offense looking to get some runs on the board. Be consisting of Michael Peraza, Patrick Ward, and then Xavier Moranta. As we head to the bottom of the second inning, you are listening to FAU Owl Radio on YouTube. We're back here on FAU Owl Radio on YouTube. I'm Maddox Greenberg. Pitch black here at 6:56 p.m. between the FAU Owls and the Missouri Tigers. Tigers in gray, Owls in white. Another 3-up, 3-down inning for the Owls defense at the top of the second. Now in the bottom of the second, FAU's offense looking to get some runs on the board. In the bottom of the first, Patton stole second and third to be at scoring position for LaRoe, but then LaRoe was struck out in the bottom of the first. Way outside for Dorman for the ball one against Michael Peraza. Peraza, the fifth batter on the Owls batting order, and a strike one's a 1-1 count for the left-handed batter. Redshirt sophomore left fielder from Naples, Florida in his first year out of West Virginia. And foul balls rolls off to the right side. A 1-2 count for Peraza, batting .500 this season. This is his 7th at-bat. Dorman with the windup and the pitch and hit into the air over into shallow left and caught by Garrett Goldbeck, the shortstop for Missouri, in deep infield to record the first out. 6 on the batting order. Patrick Ward coming in for FAU. Last season, a .315 batting, playing in 34 games, starting in 30 of them, however, being injured after celebrating with the team after hitting a grand slam in the 8-4 win over Wichita State on April 18th, ending his season. And a strike one made for Ward, the right-handed batter for FAU, in his senior year from Port St. Lucie, Florida. And outside for a 1-1 count. On deck for FAU will be Xavier Moranta. Dorman, the lay kick, and hit high into the air, over to the right side. That is a foul territory, and that heads over to the basketball courts. It'll be a foul 1, strike 2 to 1-2 count for Patrick Ward. Outfield is shifting over to the right just a bit. Dorman with a pitch. And hitting the ground out over into the left side, into the direction of Isaiah Frost in the left field. And now send Ward over safely to first. The first out of this game and for the Owls. As a runner is on first for FAU. And now up to bat is the graduate designated hitter from Miramar, Florida. First year with the Owls, coming in from Nova Southeastern, Xavier Moranta. Previously played at Santa Fe College and Appalachian State. It's high into the air. That's going to be an infield. Dorman calls it. Now running over is a great effort and catch made by Patterson. He runs all the way from third. The ball went high in the air. Dorman looked up, looked like he was going to call it. Then Patterson said, nope, I'm going to do it. And he recorded the out, the second out for Missouri defense. And with just one out to go, runner on first. It'll be up to TJ Gramsty, the sophomore catcher for FAU out of Boca Raton, Florida. Another local kid in this lineup for the Owls to keep things going. The right-handed batter. First pitch against him will be outside for a ball 1. That was the 25th pitch by Dorman. Gramsty redshirted last year for the Owls in his freshman year. And Dorman again checking first. This time it's not Patton, it is Ward. No shifts defensively for Gramsty, who's only had 4 at-bats and 1 strikeout this season. Again, another check to first to Ward. Dorman returns to the circle. Turns to the mound, a 1-0 count. Checks first. The pitch and swing and a miss made by Gramsty. It's a 1-1 count. Runner on first, bottom of the second, still scoreless. 2 outs. Gramercy, the right-handed batter for FAU. And another swing and a miss made by Gramercy. A 1-2 count. $15 on the pitch clock for Dorman. Here's a windup and outside. And Gramercy is still alive. 2-2 count. That was ball 2. Dorman throwing again over the first to check on Ward. Dorman throwing again over the check to Ward. On deck for FAU would be the bottom of the batting order, John Martinez. If Gramercy gets to base, he's on a 2-2 count right now with a runner on first here at the bottom of the second. And heads over into the right field, that right side, that's outside the ballpark towards the swimming pools. So another foul ball. It's a 2-2 count for Gramercy. And upstairs, and we are at full count here in the bottom of the second inning. Runner on first, Patrick Ward, the first baseman for the Owls. Gramercy, the catcher for the Owls, at bat, batting right. And Ward anticipated that Gramercy would be walked, so he gets the second early. So Gramercy will be at first. Ward then scoring that second. And now we're at the bottom of the batting order for FAU with John Martinez, the redshirt sophomore second baseman from Orlando, Florida. Redshirted his freshman year at Florida. Joined the Owls the following year. So runner in second, Dorman checks second, throws for his 32nd pitch, be a strike 1 against Martinez. This is the 4th game for the programs. Owls open in season 1 and 2. Missouri open 2 and 1. Inside for strike number 2, be 0-2 count against Martinez in the bottom of the batting order. Martinez batting .273, his 12th at bat. Infield shifts to the left. Checking second, Dorman with a pitch outside, low. 1-2 count. A low pitch to the right corner. Dorman heading back to the mound. Martinez, a right-handed batter. Check second. Dorman with a throw. And outside again, be a 2-2 count. Dorman returning to the hill. Martinez, number 30, shortstop in Florida by perfect game, coming out of high school, out of Montverde Academy in Orlando. And big swing and a miss for Martinez. It was a little bit outside. He tried to make an effort for it, couldn't make it. And for the second time, the Owls had a runner in scoring, and then the batter got struck out. So remains scoreless here as we head to the top of the 3rd inning with Missouri. Will be Cameron Benson, Isaiah Frost, and then Garrett Goldbeck to be the last 3 batters in the batting order for Missouri when we return here on FAU Owl Radio on YouTube. We're back here on FAU Owl Radio on YouTube. Maddox Greenberg here as FAU plays against Missouri here in Boca Raton, Florida. FAU and Missouri scoreless. We get to the top of the third inning. Second straight time for FAU offensively, having a runner and scoring, but then the batter gets struck out. So the designated hitter for Missouri, Cameron Benson, will be at bat for beginning of this, and a squares to bunt for a strike one. Infield shifts to the right. Benson, the senior designated hitter from Farmington Hills, Michigan. Transfer out of Memphis, joining head coach Carrick Jackson from Memphis last year. Low in the dirt for a ball one, it's a 1-1 count from Kide Adetuyi, the pitcher for FAU. That was his 23rd pitch. Benson, 333 batter, outside for a ball two, 2-1 count. On deck for Missouri will be Isaiah Frost. Left-handed batter Benson on the 2-1 count, and hits a foul ball off to the right side in front of the Owls dugout, so a 2-2 count. First foul by Benson. And hits high into the air over to right center near the warning track and caught by Brett Patton to record the first out of the top of the third inning. Isaiah Frost now heading up to the batter's box for Missouri. Left-handed batter from Lee Summit, Missouri. Redshirt senior left fielder. As a freshman, he played 13 games, primarily as a pinch runner. And same for his sophomore year, we had 18 appearances, 1 game started as a sophomore, still as a pinch runner. The 27th pitch for Adetuyi is low in the dirt for a ball one. Adetuyi with a pitch, and be a inside for a ball two, 2-1 count. Last season, Frost, .214 batting in 15 games, 7 runs, 3 hits, 1 double, 1 RBI. And upstairs for a ball 3. Adetuyi close to walking Frost. Be Adetuyi's first walk allowed in this game. And upstairs, and just inside of the strike zone, be considered a strike. 3-1 count. Here in the top of the third inning, scoreless. Adetuyi for FAU. Inside, back at full count. FAU versus Missouri. FAU pitcher Kide Adetuyi on the mound. Batting for Missouri, 8th on the batting order, Isaiah Frost, the left fielder. And tip foul behind home plate off to the right side. Count remains at full. 3-2 count. 1 out here in the top of the third inning. Adetuyi takes a deep breath, prepares for the pitch, the windup. Here's the pitch, and walks Frost, the first walk of the night, 3rd of the season for Kide Adetuyi. And now the bottom of the batting order for Missouri. Goldbeck, the senior shortstop from Kansas City, Kansas. Coming in from Kansas City, Kansas Community College in his second year with the program. Runner on first is Frost. First time a runner's been on base for Missouri. And Atuya goes checks first to Frost. Bottom of the bat in order for Missouri. Gear Goldbeck, 286 batter, his 8th at-bat. Squares a bunt, he bunts and rolls on the right foul line and be considered a foul ball by home plate umpire AJ Lastaglio. And so Goldbeck be heading back to first, and so would Frost heading to first base. Goldbeck back to the left batter's box. Infield shifts slightly to the left. Check that to the right. On deck for Missouri, be the top of the batting order, Tyler Macon. Tuya goes and checks first again to Frost. 0-1 count. And down the middle for a strike two, 0-2 count by Adatuye. Adatuye again checking first. Adatuye, the pitch, scores a bunt. Gramsci throws over the first and taken out by Brando LaRoe at shortstop. Second out here in the top of the third inning. Second out recorded. Isaiah Frost out and now keep bases empty again for Garrett Goldbeck on a 1-2 count. Frost trying to go fancy, trying to steal second. He's not Brett Patton. 2-2 count. Ball was out of the catcher's hands. Adatuye. Base is empty. Here comes the pitch. And outside for a full count for the second straight time. 2 outs, base is empty. Top of the third inning. It's Missouri looking to get a run up as both teams are scoreless. And with the pitch and another walk by Adatuye. And so Garrett Goldbeck be going to first. So another runner will be on first for Missouri in this inning. It's back to the top of the batting order for Missouri. Tyler Macon, redshirt sophomore center fielder for Missouri. Batting right. And hits high over to the right side and foul territory. That goes into the courtyard. 0-1 count, foul 1, strike 1. Last time there was a runner in this inning on first for Missouri. They were caught stealing second and were taken out. That was Isaiah Frost with Goldbeck batting. And swing and a miss. Big one by Macon. 0-2 count. 2 outs, runner on first. Kili Adatuye having a really good, strong inning for him. His 10th batter he's facing. His 42nd pitch coming up. Only walking 2 batters, striking out 1, and checking first again to Goldbeck. With Adatuye, him being a left-handed pitcher, he's able to see first really well. So really tough for runners like Goldbeck to try to steal first against Tuye. And there he goes again, checking first. 0-2 count, 2 outs. Top of the 3rd inning. Pitch clock resets at 20. Back to the mound for Tuye. And way outside, out of the hands of Gramercy, and Goldbeck's looking to take advantage of that. Gramercy was very quick, and Goldbeck didn't like the odds he had and remains at first. 1-2 count here in the top of the 3rd inning. Crisp 72-degree weather out here at FAU Baseball Stadium. And strike out by Tuye against Macon. That ends the top of the 3rd inning, remaining scoreless as we head to the bottom of the 3rd inning. No runs, no hits. 2 runners were on first in this inning. We head to the bottom of the 1st with Lipsy, Patton, and Romano back to the top of the batting order when we return here on FAU Owl Radio on YouTube. We are back here on FAU Owl Radio on YouTube. Maddox, Greenberg here. Bottom of the 3rd inning, still scoreless as FAU's offense back in action. Marshall Lipsy, the top of the batting order for FAU. His first appearance was grounded to shortstop Goldbeck, who threw over to first base Voida, taking out Lipsy. J.D. Dorman pitching for Missouri, and Lipsy's first hit is a foul. Ball rolls down right side. So foul 1, strike 1, 0-1 count. Here at the bottom of the 3rd inning. Lipsy this season 0.77 batting. Struggling early this season. His 2nd at-bat. And the 37th pitch by Dorman is a ball 1. It's a 1-1 count. For Dorman, who's starting this game. Freshman right-handed pitcher from St. Louis, Missouri, way outside there for a 2-1 count. 2 straight balls made by Dorman. On deck for FAU will be Patton, who the last time he was at bat, he was able to steal 2nd and 3rd from first base. Hit high in the air over into left to center field by Lipsy, and a great dive made by Tyler Macon. And records the first out here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Actually checked that. He made a great effort by Macon, but loses the ball in the attempt as he had to run up from deep center field to shallow center field. So that error results in Lipsy heading to first, recording the 2nd hit in this game for FAU compared to Missouri's none. It was really close. Looked like the umpires ruled it as Patton squares to bump, but is ruled foul, ball to the right side. So Lipsy heading back to first and Patton heading back to bat. Really close from our vantage point. We were a bit farther away behind home plate, but looking at deep center field, Macon made an effort all the way to shallow center, making a great dive. Looked as though he got it right in his hands. Probably dibbed and lost control. Really hard to tell from this angle. from how far we are at, but either way, ruled a hit for Lipsy. Now he's at first. His first time on, first time at bat, first time on base. And on the 0-1 count, Dorman checking first to Lipsy. On deck for FAU, Nick Romano. And hit behind home play off to the left side, hitting the netting to protect the crowd. 0-1 count. For Patton, the right fielder. Check that as an 0-2 count now. Infield moving a bit to the right. Patterson off his post at third. Close in between second and third base. Dorman checking over to first again to Lipsy. 0-2 count, bottom of the third. Scoreless with Lipsy at first. Patton second on the batting order. And again checking first to Lipsy. This season, Lipsy had one attempt at stealing base this season and wasn't successful. And checking first again. This time Lipsy too dangerous. And he is now ruled out. Playing with knives there. So now it's says an 0-2 count. This time now a runner is out. Lipsy was having too much fun, I think, with Dorman. And this time Dorman caught up to Lipsy. And Lipsy officially was ruled out. Dorman with the windup. And hit by Patton off to left center field. Making an effort. He makes a diving catch. And this time he does corral the ball. Recording a second out. Phenomenal play made by the center fielder for Missouri. And now the first. Now check out the third baseman, Nick Romano. Second time at bat. First time he was walked. And then stole both third and second and third base. Big swing and miss made by Romano. Check that last time Romano was struck out. 0-1 count, 2 outs. Scoreless here in the bottom of the third inning. Low in the dirt again near the ankles of Romano. 1-1 count. Both teams have a game different from each other. FAU's 1-2 this season. Missouri 2-1 this season. 1-2 count for Romano as that was a strike. Base is empty. Dorman. Here comes the pitch. And big swing and miss made by Romano, and that strikes him out. 3 up, 3 down again in this game as we are scoreless heading to the top of the 4th inning. Very quick game here. Due up for Missouri, Jace Boyda, Pierre Seals, and then Mateo Cerna as we return here on FAU Owl Radio on YouTube. We are back here on FAU Owl Radio on YouTube. Maddox Greenberg here. Scoreless game here as we get to the top of the 4th inning. Missouri, a 3-up, 3-down defensive effort in the last inning. So FAU defense back at it. Missouri will have Jace Woida at bat. Infield shifts to the right for Woida. First will be a strike one. His first time he was at bat. A fly out to center field. And 1-2 count for Adetouye. For the 5th pitch. Infield off to the right. Woida batting left for Missouri. And in the middle for strike 2, 1-2 count for Woida. In his first year with Missouri, coming out of South Carolina. And way outside for a 2-2 count by Adetouye. Last season at South Carolina, a .300 batting, 6 home runs, 21 runs, 36 hits by Woida. Woida hits it, grounds out over to second baseman Martinez over the first base Ward to record the first out. Here at the top of the 4th inning, very quick game so far between both of these programs. Both defenses really strong. Pierre Seals back for Missouri, his 2nd time at bat. Missouri batters are currently 0 for 9 tonight. Seals batting right. Adetouye throws down the middle for a strike one. Great breaking ball by Adetouye. Only walking 2 batters, striking out 2. Here comes his 50th pitch. Adetouye with a windup. And short grounds out. And Adetouye makes an attempt for it. And that probably was a bad idea as Romano had a pause. He could have probably taken him out. Romano was attempting to throw the first baseman Ward, but Seals gets to first base. And now Mateo Cerna, the catcher for Missouri, the switch hitter, back at bat, batting right. 0 for 1 tonight. The runner on first, infield shifting to the left. And upstairs for scratch. That'd be inside for strike 1, 0-1 count. That was previously the first hit by Seals was the first for Missouri. Upstairs for, check that, inside for strike 2, it's 0-2 count. Runner on first. It's Seals for Missouri. Adetouye and checks first with Seals on first. Adetouye checking first, wind up. Here comes the pitch. Big swing and the miss made by Cerna. Out of the hands of the catcher, Gramsty, as Seals now gets to second. So a runner in scoring. First time. Joe McCormick, the head coach for FAU, speaking with the home plate umpire, AJ Lastaglio. Probably talking about the previous play is Gramsty looked as though he might have lost possession. Then the play was stolen by Seals. And Chris Patterson due up for Missouri out of the batter's box. Waiting. There's a long discussion right now for McCormick Willisaglio. And play resumes as Seals is staying at second. So runner in scoring for Missouri. Tuye looks at second, throws in right into the dirt. Rather, Tuye against Patterson. Ball one. 2 outs here in the top of the 4th inning. Patterson's first time at bat, he was struck out. Looking to change that here, the sophomore third baseman from Frisco, Texas. And check swing by Patterson for a 1-1 count. Patterson 5th on the batting order, runner on second. 1-1 count. 2 outs here in the top of the 4th. Out of the Tuye checking second. Throws. Another check swing made by Patterson. A 1-2 count. Patterson, a 400 batter. Missouri batters tonight are 1 for 11. Walked twice, struck out 3 times. And low in the dirt, and Gramercy again losing possession for a half second. 2-2 count now as a ball. Seals is at second for Missouri in scoring. And both teams' pitchers really strong. FAU keeping Missouri batters 1 for 11. Meanwhile, Missouri pitchers keeping FAU batters 2 for 10. Out of the hands of Romano. Throws across over the ward and somehow gets the out. It was hit over to right. Romano loses possession again for a second. Gets a hold of the ball, throws right over to Ward for the half second early to take out the batter Patterson. And we are still scoreless. We get to the bottom of the 4th inning with LaRoe, Peraza, and Ward due up for FAU. You are listening to FAU Owl Radio on YouTube. Well, we're back here on FAU Owl Radio on YouTube. Maddox Greenberg here. J.D. Dorman pitching for Missouri. His 4th innings pitching, allowing 2 hits, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts against 12 batters on 47 pitches. First batter will be facing here in the bottom of the 4th. In the scoreless game so far will be Brando LaRoe, the shortstop for the Owls. 4th on the batting order. First time he was at bat, he was struck out. And at first, he hits over to the third baseman, Patterson, throws across over to Woida, and then recording the first out of the bottom of the 4th inning. And really strong defense from both teams. Now back to bat is Michael Peraza, the first-year player out of West Virginia. In his first time with FAU coming from West Virginia, a redshirt sophomore left fielder. Played 2 seasons out of West Virginia. The 49th pitch by Dorman be a ball 1, a little bit outside. And hit high over to the left, out of the ballpark and towards the parking lot. 1-1 count with 1 out, bases empty here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Peraza, the left-handed batter, going against the right-handed pitcher, Dorman. Dorman, gloves up, winds up, leg up, kick up, low in the ground. For ball 2, that was just outside of strike zone. Almost hitting Peraza. Another kick up, wind up. And strike 2 is a 2-2 count. Last time Peraza was at bat for FAU was lined out to short over to shortstop Goldbeck. So now we're at full count. Peraza, 429 batter. Here comes the windup. Here comes the pitch. And hit high into the air. That is going to foul territory off to the left side and onto the side, left side off the fence, under one of the lights near where the fans are at. Hopefully the one fan didn't get hit. It was very close to the fence. Count still at full with 1 out, bases empty, bottom of the 4th. Both teams have yet to score. Dorman. And it hit over a line drive past the hands of Blaze Ward into right center. And Peraza will be at first. His first time on base tonight. Recording the 3rd hit for FAU. Lined off to the right, past Ward into shallow right center. And an easy single for Peraza. Now Patrick Ward, 6th on the batting order. Batting right. First time he was at bat, he got a single. And first pitch to him in this inning will be a strike 1. 231 batter. First time at bat, he had a hit, which got him to single. And big swing and miss made by Ward. Ward, the senior first baseman for the Owls. On an 0-2 count, runner on first, 1 out. Ward hits the cross past the bases into left field, rolls to Frost, and now a single as Peraza will be at second, Ward at first. 4th hit for FAU. So runner on first, runner on second, with only 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Xavier Maranta be batting for FAU. And catcher Mateo Cerna speaking with Dorman. Now returning to his post as catcher, having a quick word discussing next couple of pitches. Maranta's first at bat was a pop up to third base. And first hit in this inning, and it's a foul territory, flies over into the left fences. Foul 1, strike 1, 0-1 count. Ward at first, Peraza at second, Maranta at bat, batting left. No changes in the infield. And hits over into left center. That's going to be a single as Ward heads over to home plate. And Peraza to third. So runners on the corners, and the Owls are the first on the board here in the bottom of the 4th inning. 1-0 FAU leads. Runners on the corners, 1 out. And Maranta again found a perfect pocket off to the left center to place the ball at, resulting in Peraza getting home. Ward's going to be at third. So Ward at third, Maranta at first for the 8th batter for FAU, TJ Gramesty, the catcher. And the pitching coach for Missouri going to be speaking to Dorman, having really strong opening, but slacking a bit in this inning. Kept FAU scoreless for the first 3 innings, but here in the 4th, allowing a single, allowing a runner to get to score. So the Owls up 1-0, allowing a run and 3 hits and 1 error. I was having a quick discussion with his pitcher, giving time for McCormick to give some words of encouragement to Gramesty. Runners on the corners, Maranta at first, Ward at third. 5 hits for FAU compared to 1 for Missouri. 1 out in the bottom of the 4th. Owls just scored. So 1-0 count. They still have the opportunity with Ward at third. He could be the next run for the Owls to extend their lead. It's up to TJ Gramesty, the right-handed batter for FAU. And it'll be a strike 1 made against Gramesty. Dorman throws over the first to check on Maranta. Gramesty, the sophomore catcher from Boca Raton, Florida, playing at North Broward Prep, where he was a .352 batter. And it's a high over to right, and that goes into foul territory and into the field where the fans are at. Doesn't hit anybody. It's 0-2 count with 1 out. Runners on the corners, bottom of the 4th. Owls already scored a run, have a runner in scoring. That would be Patrick Ward at third. Dorman on the mound for Missouri, going against TJ Gramesty, the batter for FAU. And Gramesty hits a high over to right center. And Macon makes his way up to the warning track, records the out, and Maranta will be stealing second as Ward reaches home and then hits back to the home plate to double check to make sure the umpire knows, the home plate umpire knows he scored the run. So a 2-0 lead for FAU, 2 outs. Runner in scoring again be Xavier Maranta at second. As be a sacrifice fly by Gramesty to put the Owls up by 2 now, with John Martinez, bottom of the batting order for FAU, batting right. And it'll be hit behind home plate, off into the right side, going into the courtyard behind us. Foul 1, strike 1, 0-1 count. And ball 1, 1-1 count. 250 batting for Martinez. Last time Martinez was that bad, he was struck out. That was one of the 4 strikeouts Dorman has had tonight. And way outside for Dorman. Gonna be a 2-1 count. As Cerna had to make his way all the way over to the right side to catch the ball. And the true freshman pitcher from Missouri showing some signs of fatigue a little bit. Dorman with the windup. And tip foul behind out to the right side. Rolls in front of the Owls dugout. 2-2 count. Maranta on second and scoring for Martinez. Owls are 0 for 3. 2 outs, 1 for 3 runners in scoring, way outside. Back to full count tonight. Gorman. Back to the hill. And big swing and a miss for Martinez, and that retires the inning. FAU scoring 2 runs, 3 hits, 1 error. As FAU scores first blood and are up 2-0. So we got to the top of the 5th inning. Missouri looking to now respond and get on the board to tie things up or potentially take the lead. It'll be Blaze Ward, Cameron Benson, and Isaiah Frost when we return here on FAU Owl Radio on YouTube. We're back here on FAU Owl Radio on YouTube. Maddox, Greenberg here. The top of the 5th inning. Owls up now 2-0 over Missouri with Kide Adetuye pitching for FAU, having a strong night, allowing 1 hit, walking 2 batters, striking out 3. Here's his 15th batter, Blaze Ward, the second baseman for Missouri, and be a strike 1 against Ward in this inning. Ward, the freshman second baseman from Momel, Arkansas. And 0-2 count for Ward. Ward, a .250 batter. First time he was at bat was grounded to Martinez, who threw over to Ward. That was in the 2nd inning. The 2-8 with the windup. And a ball 1, the 1-2 count to the freshman left-handed batter. Ward adjusts his gloves, back to bat. 12 on the pitch clock for Adetuye. For the windup, here's a pitch. Big swing and a miss made by Ward, and he is struck out. The first out here at the top of the 5th inning, flying by. Second batter be Cameron Benson, the designated hitter, another left-handed batter for Missouri. 0 for 1 tonight. It was a first at bat in the 3rd inning. It was a fly out to Brett Patton, the right fielder. That was a tip out behind home plate instead of the backstop. So a 0-1 count, foul 1, strike 1. Infield shifting to the right for Benson. Two with the pitch, and behind home plate again into the netting. So foul 2, strike 2 for Benson. No action so far in the Missouri bullpen. For FAU, some small signs of movement, some activity, but not much. Both teams keeping their pitchers in this inning for the most part. Infield to the right, Benson at bat, batting left. Adetuye with a pitch and be a ball 1. It's a little bit low. Benson, the senior designated hitter from Farmington Hills, Missouri. Check out Farmington Hills, Michigan. Preseason MAC Freshman of the Year, high in the air. And that will be a pop out and caught by Martinez, the second baseman for FAU. The second out here in the top of the 5th inning. The third batter, batting 8 in the batting order for Missouri, will be Isaiah Frost. 2 outs, bases empty, no change in the infield. First time Frost was that bad, he was walked in the top of the 3rd inning, way outside by Adatuye for ball 1, his 67th pitch. Adatuye with the windup. Here's a pitch, and big swing and the miss made by Frost. 1-1 count. 2 outs, top of the 5th. FAU up 2-0. Scored all of their 2 runs in the bottom of the 4th inning previously. And low for 2-1 count for Adatuye against Frost. Frost, a .714 batter this season. 5 hits, 3 runs, 6 RBIs, 2 walks, a single, and a triple. And hits into the ground over to Ward, first baseman. He stops and beats Frost to it just in time. And another 3-up, 3-down inning for the FAU defense, taking out the Missouri batters. No runs, no hits, no errors as we head to the bottom of the 5th inning. And due up for FAU's offense will be back to the top of the batting order for the 3rd time. Marshall Lipsy, Brett Patton, Nick Romano. We'll be back here on FAU Owl Radio on YouTube. We're back here on FAU Owl Radio on YouTube. Maddox, Greenberg here, bottom of the 5th inning. Freshman pitcher for Missouri, Jude Dorman, still on the mound. While there is some activity in the Missouri bullpen off to the left field. First up at bat for FAU in the bottom of the 5th will be Marshall Lipsy, top of the batting order for the Owls. First at bat was grounded to Goldberg and threw over to Woida. And second at bat was in 3rd inning. It's a single. And he hits to the ground into the direction of Ward. Throws over to Woida. And Lipsy again will be taken out. And the first out made in the bottom of the 5th inning. In the previous inning for FAU in the bottom of the 4th, 2 runs scored for FAU. Owls up 2-0. Now Brett Patton at bat, the left-handed batter. Third appearance at bat. First was a walk in the 1st inning. Second appearance in the 3rd was fly over to Pierre Seals, and that was just that. Flies over to right field, back into the direction of Pierre Seals. Makes another great diving catch and another quick out made by the second FAU batter. Great defensive play made by the right fielder for Missouri Seals. So quickly 2 outs here with bases empty for the 3rd batter in the lineup. Nick Romano. On deck will be Brando Leroux. And the 72nd pitch for Dorman is a strike 1 against the switch hitting Romano. He'll be batting left. No change in the infield. Outside for a 1-1 count. Still some movement, though, in the Missouri bullpen in the deep in left field, behind left field, actually. Nothing happening for FAU's bullpen off to the right field. Inside 1-2 count. Nick Romano, third on the batting order for FAU, his third at bat. Struck out both times when he was at bat. Dorman with the windup. Low in the dirt near the ankles of Romano. It's a 2-2 count now. Here at the bottom of the fifth. Base is empty. Owls up 2-0. 2 outs on a 2-2 count for Romano. On deck is LaRoe. And upstairs for a ball 3. It's a 3-2 count now for Romano. Looking to get on base. Owls batters are 5 for 17 tonight. 2 walks, 5 strikeouts. With 2 out run, Owls are 0 for 4. And walk for Romano. His first walk of the night. The third walk by Dorman. The third walk given up by Dorman. And now shortstop Brando LaRoe, the graduate from Markham, Ontario, Canada. Transferred from Basseer Parish Community College in 2023. Previously played 36 games at Chipola College. Runner on first, Dorman checks Romano at first. 2 outs, bottom of the fifth. Owls up 2-0. Romano's first at-bat was a strikeout. His second at-bat was in the bottom of the fourth in the previous inning. Grounded out to Patterson, the third baseman, threw across to Voida, the first. Low pitch, ball 1 made by Dorman. Dorman, the pitch, and inside for a 1-1 count. Romano's on first for FAU. And hit by LaRoe all the way over to center field. And great catch made by the center fielder, Macon, who has been active tonight. And that'll be no hits, no runs, no errors as we head to the top of the 6th inning here on FAU Owl Radio on YouTube. Due up be Garrett Goldbeck, then back to the top of the batting order for Missouri. Tyler Macon, who just made the out, and Jace Voida. You're listening to FAU Owl Radio on YouTube. We are back here on FAU Owl Radio on YouTube. Maddox Greenberg here. 2-0 lead, FAU in the lead as we head to the top of the 6th inning. Kide Adetoye, the redshirt sophomore pitcher for FAU, still on the hill with bottom of the batting order for Missouri, Garrett Goldbeck. His second at bat. His first was a walk. He's be on the plate now, batting left. Now Adetoye on the mound. Some activity now in the Owls bullpen off to the right side. Squares a bunt. Garrett Goldbeck, and the foul one, strike one. Goldbeck, a .286 batter. Base is empty here in the top of the 6th. Adetoye with the pitch, and a hit down the line into the direction of Ward along the right, down the line, off to the right, and Ward takes out Goldbeck just like that. First out. Another strong defensive play made by any player tonight. Both teams' defense has been really strong, keeping us a very low, very quick game. Now back to the top of the batting order, Tyler Macon just recorded his third putout, recording the third and final out in the previous inning. Big swing and a miss made by Macon, the right-handed batter. First at bat was in the first inning, grounded out to LaRoe over the Ward. And the second at bat was in the third inning where he was struck out. Low in the dirt for a 1-1 count by Adetoye. Pitching in his 6th inning. Again, another strong inning by Adetoye. 1 hit, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts. This is his 19th batter he's facing. Low in the dirt, 2-1 count. On deck for Missouri will be Chase Woida. Light breeze here, moving from left to right, but nothing to impact that has impacted anything tonight. Foul. No, it would be a hit. Quick hit into the hands of Adetoye. Throws over to Ward, out of Ward's hands, and with that error, Macon will be safe at first for Missouri. 1 out now, a runner on first for the first baseman for Missouri, Jace Woida. Left-hand batter, infield off to the right. This second hit, that was the second hit for Missouri. Adetoye checks first, wind up, here's the pitch. His 77th, and it is a ball to Woida, who's a .375 batter. And Adetoye checking first. That will be Macon at first. Woida in his first year out of South Carolina. Redshirt his freshman year at Kansas City, Kansas Community College due to the injury. A 1-1 count now against Woida. Last season, he was a .300 batter, allowing 21 runs, 36 hits, 5 doubles, 1 triple. That'll be a strike 2 right there. Getting 6 home runs, the .394 on base percentage. Woida tonight, 2 at bat, his third at bat now, 2 at bats. First inning was fly out into center field, and the second at bat was in the 4th inning. Grounded out into second base, thrown over the first. 2-2 right now with 1 out, runner on first. Here at the top of the 6th inning, Owls up 2-0 over Missouri. And now full count. Some activity being made in the Owls bullpen, but nothing as of yet on probably retiring either Touye. So right now in the 6th inning he's pitching. So full count, runner on first. 1 out here at the top of the 6th. Either Touye going to check first. He does against Macon at first for Missouri. Touye with the windup. Here's the pitch. Hit over into right field. That has a speed. That has a distance. And up, and away. Over the scoreboard. And ties things up here at FAU Baseball Stadium. 2 apiece. 2-run home run for Voida. His second home run of the season. And Voida going to celebrate with his team now. Unbelievable. As soon as that left, you knew that was going to be gone. The height, the distance, and McCormick has seen enough from his redshirt sophomore pitcher. A great night by Touye. 5.2 innings he has pitched, allowing 3 runs. Actually, check that. 3 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned runs, 2 walks, and 4 strikeouts, and some stand-up and some fans stand up to applaud Touye. He deserves it. A great showing by Touye. And we will be back momentarily for the new pitcher coming in for FAU. You're listening to FAU Owl Radio on YouTube. We are back here on FAU Owl Radio on YouTube. A 2-run home run by Voida puts the Tigers up on the board and ties things here in the top of the 6th inning. And McCormick saw enough and a pitching change made. It is Kaiser Smith, the junior right-handed pitcher, in his first year with the Owls out of Washita Baptist, a Division II school. In 2 seasons with them, he played in 26 games, 15 starts. Last season, a 6.11 ERA, 1-2 record. His first pitch of the evening is at ball 1. His second appearance this season. And Smith's next pitch. Second one is a strike 1 against Pierre Seals, the graduate right fielder for Missouri. And a strike 2, a 1-2 count. Smith has only given me play against It was on February 15th against Notre Dame. A hit over into right field by Seals, and a great catch made by the right fielder for FAU, Brett Patton. Records the second out. And now Mateo Cerna, the catcher for Missouri, his third appearance on the plate, batting left. First at bat was in the second inning, a line drive over to LaRoe. And then the second at bat was in the fourth inning where he was struck out. Strike one against Cerna by Smith, his fifth pitch. Here comes the sixth. And down the middle for a strike to a 0-2 count. Kaiser Smith looking to take FAU out of this inning before Missouri provides more damage. And upstairs, a 1-2 count for Smith. And high in the air by Cerna. That goes up to the left side. That'll be foul territory. And Romano and Peraza were both there. The third baseman and left fielder, they both were trying to see who was going to make an effort to it. Both kind of just stood off a little bit as they both run to the ball. We'll record the third out. Instead, it'll stay a foul ball, be a 1-2 count, as we're still here in the top of the sixth inning. Both were right there under the ball. It flew in the air, off to the left, and then almost caught by either Romano or Peraza, but again, they just both kind of stood off. They both thought one of them was going to catch. They both thought either of them were going to catch it. But infield now off to the right, and line drive into the hands of Ward. And Ward hands over to Smith, who runs over to first base to tag out Cerna. And that's how the check to the top of the sixth inning will end. Missouri getting 2 runs and 2 hits on the board, tying things up at 2 apiece as we head to the bottom of the sixth inning. Due up for FAU, Peraza, Ward, and Maranta. You are listening to FAU Owl Radio on YouTube. We're back here on FAU Owl Radio on YouTube. Maddox, Greenberg here at the bottom of the sixth inning. Missouri scores 2 runs in the top of the sixth to tie things up at 2 apiece, as Missouri will also be making a pitching change coming in. The graduate left-handed pitcher from Paradise Valley Community College, Caden Drew. Last season, 6.09 ERA, a 3-1 record, 11 appearances, 6 games started, pitching in 34 innings. Opposing batters 300, allowing only 42 hits, 26 runs. This season, 13.49 ERA, very struggling season for Drew. Pitched only 0.2 innings, allowing 2 hits, 1 run, 1 earned run, and 1 walk and 1 double. So at bat for FAU will be Michael Peraza, the left-handed batter. No change in the infield. against Peraza. First pitch by Drew be a ball one. So FAU makes a pitching change late in the top of the sixth after the 2-run home run by Woida. It's now Missouri making their pitching change. So Dorman for Missouri and Adetouye for FAU, both leaving after a really great game for those two. Keep this very low scoring, very fast paced game. 1-1 count now by Drew. Drew upstairs for a 2-1 count against Peraza. And hit, grounded out into Woida's, and throwing over to Drew to tag out Peraza. Peraza beats the pitcher. So runner on first. And it will be Peraza. The 6th hit for FAU. Patrick Ward now back to bat for FAU. Peraza batting right. Both appearances on at bat were singles, but the last single at the bottom of the 4th was also due to an error. Drew checking first to Peraza. No outs, tied 2 apiece at the bottom of the 6th inning. Drew, the left-handed pitcher for Missouri, with his 5th pitch, and will be down the middle for a strike one against Ward. Ward's a .286 batter, having 2 hits and 1 run tonight. This season, 4 hits, 2 runs, 1 RBI, and 1 strikeout. And hits behind home plate off to the right side, and that's going to the courtyard near the swimming pools. Foul 1, strike 2, 0-2 count for Ward. No outs, runner on first. Drew with the pitch, outside, 1-2 count. Drew with the pitch, high into the air, fly out into shallow right center, and into shallow right field, be caught by Pierre Seals for the first out. And that'll do it for Ward. He is out of this inning. Takes off his helmet in frustration. 1 out, runner still on first, be Peraza. Now Xavier Maranta to bat, the graduate designated hitter in his first year out of Nova Southeastern. Previously played at Santa Fe College and Appalachian State. Last year at Nova Southeastern was a .343 batter. The 9th pitch by Drew will be a strike 1. Maranta this season, .250, 2 hits, 1 run, 1 RBI, 1 walk, and 2 strikeouts. Peraza's on first, 1 out. In the bottom of the 6th, Drew throws over the check on Peraza. Tied at 2 apiece. Owls getting 2 runs at the bottom of the 4th. Missouri reciprocating that the top of this inning, the top of the 6th inning, with 2 outs. Check out with 2 runs and another check to first. Over to Peraza. Drew with the windup. Here's the pitch. And ball 1. It's a 1-1 count. And another pitch for him will be a ball 2. It's a 2-1 count. Drew coming in, replacing G-Day Dorman, who had really strong night as a pitcher. 5 innings, 5 hits, 2 runs, 1 earned run, 3 walks, 5 strikeouts against 22 batters, having a total of 80 pitches. And 3-1 count by Drew against Xavier Morant, the batter for FAU, batting left. On the 3-1 count, 1 out, runner on first, bottom of the 6th, tied at 2 apiece. Owls on offense. Caden Drew throws over the check on first to Michael Peraza, who's at first for FAU. Patterson away from his post at third. And a short hit by Maranta in foul territory. He makes it to first. He is safe. While doing so, Peraza goes and steals second mid-pitch. Actually, check that. Maranta actually was ruled out. So 2 outs, a sacrifice bunt as Peraza will be in scoring. And TJ Gramercy, the catcher for FAU, will be in good position, having Peraza in scoring. Bottom of the 2nd. Drew checks second, throws the pitch, and outside for a ball 1. Gramercy was walked in his first at bat in the 2nd inning, then had a single RBI in the bottom of the 4th. With runners on and scoring, the Owls are 1 for 4, over 5, and with 2 outs. Peraza looks to try to steal second. 1-1 count from Drew. Gramercy at bat for FAU, the catcher, the sophomore from Boca Raton, Florida. Drew with the pitch, and outside 2-1 count. Gramercy, check that. Yep, Gramercy ranked inside the top 1,000 in the world in MLB The Show video game. Drew checking second. Peraza scoring. Throws upstairs, 3-1 count. We're tied at 2, bottom of the 6th. Some activities being made in both bullpens off to the far left and right corners of the field. Even though both teams made pitching changes, Caden Drew coming in for J.D. Dorman, who is the true freshman pitching for Missouri. Drew checking second. Here's the pitch. Upstairs and out again, and he walks Gramercy. His first walk he allowed in this inning, the 2nd of the season. So now runner on first and second for the bottom of the batting order, Jonathan Martinez. The redshirt sophomore second baseman and head coach Carrick Jackson heading to the hill as he has seen enough out of Drew, and just against 2 batters he has seen enough. So new pitcher coming in for Missouri, running out of the far left corner behind the left field in the Missouri bullpen. And we'll be back here shortly for the new pitcher for Missouri. You're listening to FAU Owl Radio on YouTube. We are back here on FAU Owl Radio on YouTube. Maddox, Greenberg here. Bottom of the sixth, tied 2 apiece. FAU on offense with 2 outs, runners on first and second. It'll be Gramercy at first, Peraza at second. John Martinez, bottom of the batting order, will be at bat for FAU. Pitching for Missouri, pitching change made. Caden Drew, a short stint, pitching just against 2 batters. Coming in now is the true freshman right-handed pitcher, Sam Rosand, from our nation's capital, Washington, D.C. This season having only pitched in 1 inning, allowing 3 hits, 3 runs, 3 earned runs, 1 strikeout, 2 doubles, and 1 triple. Now Martinez heading back to the right batter's box. Runners on first and second for Rosand. Check second. Here's a pitch and outside for a ball 1. Last game Rosand played was on February 13th, opening night against Mount St. Mary's. Pitched in 1 inning. 1-0 count. Here comes second one and a strike 1. It's a 1-1 count now for Rosand. On deck for Martinez, if he gets on base, it will be back to the top of the batting order, Marshall Lipsy. Martinez was struck out both times tonight. 1-2 count now for Martinez. Rosand back to the mound. And high into the air, over to the right field. That flies out, and that is going to be caught by the right fielder, Pierre Seals, to record the third and final out. Here in the 6th inning, FAU allowing 1 hit in the bottom of the 6th, tied still at 2 apiece as we head to the top of the 7th inning. Due up for Missouri, Chris Patterson, Blaze Ward, and then Cameron Benson when we return here on FAU Owl Radio on YouTube. We are back here on FAU Owl Radio on YouTube. Maddox, Greenberg here. Tied at 2 apiece. FAU hosting Missouri in the standalone game. 4th game for both programs. 2nd time meeting. Last time these 2 programs met each other was almost 16 years ago, in which Missouri won 4-2 back in 2010. At bat for Missouri will be Chris Patterson, the 3rd baseman, against FAU's Kaiser Smith. Missouri got 2 runs in the top of the 6th. We're in the top of the 7th now. First pitch by Drew in this inning, and it is a ball 1. His 10th pitch. Smith replacing the true freshman Kide Adatuye, who had 5.1 innings pitched, a 1-1 count. That was a strike. Out of the 2-8 pitch, 5.1 innings, 3 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned runs, 2 walks, 4 strikes, 1 wild pitch against 20 batters, allowing only a home run, an extra base hit way outside by Smith for a 2-1 count. And against pitching 82 pitches. So the 2-year has a strong night, same did with the previous pitcher for Missouri who started tonight, J.D. Dorman. It's now Kaiser Smith coming in, a big swing and miss made by Patterson, a 2-2 count now. But now Smith, the junior from Washita Baptist in his first year. And big swing and miss made by Patterson. A 2-3 count strikes him out. As we head into as we're now to the second batter, 6 on the batting order, be Blaze Ward, the freshman. First at bat was in the second inning. Grounded to Martinez, threw over to Ward, so second to third. Fifth inning was struck out, hits behind home plate off to the right side, past the media booth. Be a 0-1 count. Here in the top of the 7th inning. Tied at 2 apiece. Smith with the windup. Here's the pitch, and inside 1-1 count. Check that. It will be a 0-2 count, as it was an inside pitch in the strike zone. 0-2-1 now, bases empty. Hits high into center field, and Lipsy stands under his post and catches it in front of the warning track. Had the distance, but not too strong for a home run. And Lipsy prevents what might have been a big play for Missouri. Second out. 7th batter in the batting order for Missouri. Cameron Benson, the designated hitter, be at bat now. Infield to the right. And he hits behind home plate to the left side, and that flies into the stands, and almost a great one-handed catch made by the fan. Just behind Tim. That would have been a great catch if he made that. 0-1 count. Tied at 2. And inside for a 0-2. A little bit outside for a 1-1 count, actually. Smith outside for a 2-1 count now. Benson his first at bat was in the top of the 3rd. Fly out over to Patton at right field. Then in the 5th inning, a pop out to Martinez at second base. A 2-2 count now by Smith. And hits the ground double in between second and third. Rolls all the way into left center. Lipsy recovers the ball, and Benson an easy single as he makes it to first base. The 4th hit for Missouri puts Benson on first on 2 outs. Now Isaiah Frost the left fielder for Missouri, now at bat. Batting left. And bunts. And tries to make his way to first, and he is taken out by Ward. And retires the top of the 7th inning. It is tied. We're tied still at 2 apiece. We head to the bottom of the 7th inning. You're listening to FAU Owl Radio on YouTube. We are back here on FAU Owl Radio on YouTube. Maddox, Greenberg here, tied at 2 apiece here at the bottom of the 7th inning. Back to the top of the batting order for FAU. Marshall Lipsy, the center fielder, having a really quiet night. First appearance at the top of the 1st inning, grounded out to second baseman Goldbeck, who threw over the first baseman Woida. First pitch by Rosand for Missouri in this inning will be a ball 1. Second appearance in the 3rd inning was a single, and then in the 5th inning, grounded out to second baseman Ward over to Woida again. Swing and miss made by Lipsy, 1-1 count. Lipsy a 133 today. His 4th at bat, having only 1 hit, and that was a single and 3rd. And way upstairs, Marshall doesn't even want to swing at 2-1 count. He knew that was going to be a ball. Lipsy played at Blinn College in Texas, winning the 2024 NJC AA Division I national title, 2-2 count. Teammates with Ian Collier, the graduate catcher in his first year from Texas State, and hit behind the home plate into the backstop, 2-2 count, foul ball right there. Collier and Lipsy were both teammates for a season at Blinn College, where they both made it to the 2023 NJCAA College World Series. Lipsy had a great season last year, at a full count now, 3-2. Last season, Lipsy had .318 batting. He also named to the American First Team All-Conference. He made 56 starts in center field. Second on the team with 61 hits, led the team in slugging percentage, walks, home, hit by pitches, and stolen bases as he is struck out, and he heads back to the bullpen. Anger in his eyes, looking up angry that he got struck out. Now up to bat is Brett Padden in his 4th appearance, the left-handed batting junior. He was walked in the 1st inning, had a fly out in the 3rd, and a line drive in the 5th inning, 1 ball. Inside, 1-1 count for Brett Padden. Tied 2 apiece here in the bottom of the 7th inning, FAU versus Missouri. The standalone game. Caden Drew with a pitch hit behind home plate off to the left side, and that goes out into the courtyard. 1-2 count. Foul ball by Padden, who is a .286 batter. On deck for FAU, Nick Romano. Padden, a .286 batter. It was a pitch way upstairs at 2-2 count. 1 out, bases empty. You're in the 71-degree weather night. Clear conditions as he heads over to the right field. That is in fair territory, rolls down, and that'll be a stand-up double as Seals almost lost control of the ball for a second. The ball was right near the right corner. Stand-up double RBI for Padden. So they got a runner in scoring on 1 out in the bottom of the 7th for Nick Romano, who's 0 for 2 today. And Romano looking to put FAU back on the leaderboard in this game for the first time since they led 2-0 in the bottom of the 4th inning. Andrew with the pitch, and that is gone! That is gone! Romano with an absolute hammer over to the right field. That is past his own bullpen. And that's exactly what FAU needed. For the 2, FAU leads, and Romano now making his way to home plate. That had a lot of fire to it. Almost looked like a cannon just hitting all the way into the pitch black night. Didn't even see exactly where it went or landed, just went past the bullpen. That had the height, the distance, the speed, everything you need. And the words taken out of my mouth, FAU now is up in the leaderboard again for the 2 here with 1 out. In the bottom of the 7, bases empty, with Brando LaRoe 4th on the batting order, batting right. And if you're Roseanne, you were really hoping to quickly quiet out the hype and try to get LaRoe out. 1-1 count now by Roseanne. First home run given up tonight. Upstairs, 2-1 count. The first home run Roseanne has also given up this season as well. Absolute hammer by Romano. Tip foul off to the right side in front of Peraza, who's on deck for FAU. 2-2 count, foul, 1 strike 2. Now with Missouri, have to really try to take out FAU and get back on the leaderboard. Roseanne, low in the dirt, bounces off in front of home plate. Full count. Roseanne with the pitch. Hit behind home plate into the netting. Count remains 3-2. Foul ball by LaRoe. A 182 batter. A 357 on base percentage. 4th at bat. First at bat was a strikeout. Second was grounded to Patterson, the 3rd baseman. Foul tip behind home plate. Remains 3-2 count. And then his 3rd at bat was a line drive over to center field Macon. Outfield shifting a bit to the right for LaRoe. LaRoe, another tip foul into the backstop. Count at full still. FAU batters 8 for 21. 320 overall. Check that, 8 for 25, 320 overall. 4 walks, 6 strikeouts, 2 extra base hits. And a big swing and a miss made by LaRoe. Now records the 2nd out for FAU. Now Peraza to bat for the Owls. Peraza tonight having a line drive in the 2nd, a single in the 4th, and a single in the 6th inning. 2 hits, 1 run. And a 25th pitch by Roseanne is upstairs for a ball 1 against Peraza. 6th on the batting order, the left fielder for the Owls. Roseanne with the pitch. Outside for a 2-0 count. Patterson again out of his post at center at 3rd base in between 2nd and 3rd. And a hit behind home plate off to the left side, and that is into the courtyard. 2-1 count still. And hit behind home plate again up to the left side. That flies up into the air and into the parking lot. 2-2 count. 2nd foul ball by Peraza. Two outs, 2-2 count. Owls up for the 2 after a giant hammer by Romano off to the right field. And Peraza off to the right field, and great catch made by Sears at right field, and shallow right, actually. So that ends the 7th inning. Owls put up 2 runs and 2 hits and get the lead 4-2 as we head to the top of the 8th inning as the Tigers look to respond. You are listening to FAU Owl Radio on YouTube. We're back here on FAU Owl Radio on YouTube. Maddox Greenberg here on the call at FAU Baseball Stadium on the FAU campus in Boca Raton, Florida. 4-2 lead. FAU back on the board after Nick Romano put a hammer 2-run home run off to the left side. Check that off to the right field. And Kaiser Smith pitching for FAU. A foul tip behind home plate by Garrett Goldbeck makes it a foul 1 strike, 1-0-1 count. Goldbeck, the bottom of the batting order for Missouri. Drew. Check that. Smith with a pitch and outside. Ball 1, so 1-1 count. Goldbeck, a .250 batter. Was walked in the 3rd inning and grounded to Ward in the 6th. Ward, the first baseman, 2-1 count. Owls in white, Missouri in gray. And tip ground out into the direction of LaRoe. Throws across over the Ward at first, and he takes him out. The first out of the top of the 8th inning. Now to the top of the batting order for the 4th time for Missouri. It'll be Tyler Macon, the center fielder for Missouri. Smith with his 24th pitch against Macon, and short hit again, and a quick out by Smith over the Ward. That was very easy for Smith. Joyce Woida, the first baseman for Missouri, batting left now. He had a home run in the top of the 6th inning that put Missouri to tie things up at 2 apiece. Strike 1 against Woida. Ball 1's a 1-1 count. Infield off to the right against Woida. He's batting .412. And check swing, 2-1 count. A 3-1 count now for Woida, who's 1 for 3 tonight. 1 hit, 1 run, 2 RBIs. His fourth at-bat had a home run. The last at-bat in the 6th inning. 3-2 count, wrap full for Kaiser Smith. Three, two outs, bases empty, infield off to the right. Owls lead for the 2, big swing and a miss by Woida in the 3-up, 3-down inning again for FAU's defense. As we head to the bottom of the 8th inning with Patrick Ward, Xavier Maranta, and TJ Gramasty due up for the Owls against Sam Rosand and the Missouri Tigers defense. You are listening to FAU Owl Radio on YouTube. We are back here on FAU Owl Radio on YouTube. Maddox, Greenberg for the 2, FAU lead over Missouri in the bottom of the 8th inning as the Owls quick 3-up, 3-down the top of the 8th against Missouri. Patrick Ward, Xavier Maranta, and TJ Gramasty due up for the Owls in this inning against Sam Rosand, the freshman right-handed pitcher for Missouri, the 3rd pitcher in the bullpen for the Tigers tonight in this lone game against FAU. Patrick Ward, the right-handed batter for FAU, with 267 tonight. 2 singles in the 2nd and 4th inning, and then in the 6th inning, a pop out to right field. First pitch against Ward in this inning is a ball from Rosand. Bases empty. No outs here at the top of the 8th. Ward, right-handed batter, 2-0 count. We're saying in the 2nd game this season, 2-1 count against Ward. Another windup and upstairs for a 3-1 count by Rosand, the right-handed pitcher for Missouri. Here comes the pitch and hit high by Ward off to the right side behind home plate past the bleachers and flies near the swimming pools again. So foul 1, strike 2 is a 3-2 count now. On deck for FAU is Xavier Maranta. Bases empty, no outs. And high by Ward off to the right side, and that was going to be caught by Pierre Seals, who Ward and Woda all were in that vicinity just past the right foul line, but Seals able to record the out, so the first out of the bottom of the 8th inning. Owls still lead for the 2. Now with Maranta, the left-handed batter, having with no outs and Actually, no runners on base, 1 out. As that'd be a ball 1 against Tim. Maranta pop out in the second, single in the fourth, and ground it out in the 6th inning. And tip foul behind home plate. 1-1 count, foul 1, strike 1. Maranta in his 4th school, and tipped off to the right side in foul territory. So foul 2, strike 2, 1-2 count for Maranta. Maranta played for his 3 seasons at Santa Fe College and played at Appalachian State before then going to Nova Southeastern last season for the lone year before joining the Owls this year. Way upstairs from Roseanne, 2-2 count. And high in the air by Maranta, and catcher Cerna makes an effort. He catches it right in front of the Owls dugout. Great effort by the catcher. The ball was a pop out high in the air. Cerna was able to see it with how pitch black the sky is now at around 9 p.m. Seeing the white ball in the air at a far distance, a little bit easier to see versus the bright blue skies, which we typically have here in Boca Raton. But he gets a second out for the Tigers. So 2 outs, bases empty for 8th in the batting order, TJ Gramercy, the catcher, who had a walk in the 2nd inning, a single RBI in the 4th, and a walk in the 6th. Ball 1 again by Roseanne to start off against the batter, his 3rd batter in this inning. Roseanne with the windup. Here comes a pitch, and in the middle for a strike 1, 1-1 count. Check that. Heck, the home plate umpire, AJ Lostaglio, ruled it as a ball. It was a little bit too low. It was very close, so it'll be a 2-0 count. And that'll be dead center for a 2-1 count. Strike 1 against Gramercy. Gramercy at 286 on base percentage. And check swing by Gramercy. And the home plate umpire rules it a strike number 2. 2-2 count. Comes the pitch. And upstairs for a full count. 2 outs, bases empty. Owls up 4-2 in the bottom of the 8th inning. Owls have 8 hits compared to Missouri's 4. Missouri has 2 errors, though. And hit over to the left side down the line. And that goes into foul territory, into the side stands in the field near the tents. Count remains out full as a foul ball there. 3-2. Sam Roseanne on the mound for Missouri. And he walks Gramercy. Actually, check out, he did not. But Gramercy trying to make an effort anyway, and quick, easy out made. So quick 3-up, 3 down again by the Missouri bullpen. By the Missouri bullpen now. FAU's defense has to stop Missouri from trying to tie things up. As we head to the top of the 9th and possible last inning, due up for Missouri, Pierre Seals, Mateo Cerna, and Chris Patterson when we return here on FAU Owl Radio on YouTube. We are back here on FAU Owl Radio on YouTube. Maddox, Greenberg here for the 2 FAU lead as we head to the top of the 9th inning. Pitching change made by FAU. Brian Booley, the graduate right-handed pitcher from Dover, Florida, played at Strawberry Crest High School. He played all 5 years with this program. He'll be playing the cleanup duty as FAU trying to get 3 more outs to end Missouri and get their second victory of the season. Meanwhile, Missouri's hoping that Pierre Seals and company could keep them alive in this game and put them on the board and then some. So base is empty here as Brian Booley now on the mound. Right-handed Booley going against right-hander Seals. First pitch is a ball 1. Next game up for Missouri will be a 3-game series on this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday against New Haven, a neutral site, Terry Park in Fort Myers. New Haven in their first year in Division I, playing at the Northeastern Conference. 1-1 count by Booley. Meanwhile, for FAU, their next game will be this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday against Iowa, which FAU will be having the call on that. Ruled a strike, a 1-2 count by Booley. Base is empty, 1-2 count. Seals at bat, hits a high into the right side in the foul territory. Ward makes an effort for it right in front of the fences, out to the right side, and an amazing catch made. And records the first of 3 outs the Owls need to get the victory here tonight. Now the catcher, Mateo Cerna, trying to keep Missouri alive tonight. Booley with his 5th pitch. And it'll be in down the middle low. Just inside the strike zone. Strike 1. Infield shifted to the right. Booley this season playing against Notre Dame on the 15th of Game 3 of the 3-game series. Opened the season against Notre Dame for FAU. 1-1 count. Here in the top of the 9th with 1 out. Base is empty. Brian Booley, the relief pitcher against Cerna. Big swing and a miss made by the catcher for Missouri. And the 1-2 count. Booley gets set with the windup. Here's a pitch. Big swing and the miss by Cerna. And that records the 2nd out for FAU's defense. The last hope for Missouri is Chris Patterson, the .333 batter. The left-handed batter for Missouri. 0 for 3 tonight, though. Struck out twice, ground out in the 4th to third baseman Romano. So a lot of weight and pressure on this young man. First pitch against him is low in the dirt. That's the 9th pitch by Booley. Ball 1. With a windup and check swing. 2-0 count. Check that as a pinch hitter for Missouri. It is Sam Parker, the junior outfielder from Marietta, Georgia, in his first year with the Tigers, coming out of Chipola College. one of 11 transfers on this Missouri team, and hit down the right side foul line. 2-1 count for Parker, who's a .500 batter, having his third at bat this season, first in this game, having 1 hit, 1 run, 4 RBIs, 1 walk, 1 strikeout, 1 home run this season. 3-1 count. Parker, he played at Kennesaw Mountain High School, 2-sport athlete, also played basketball. Batters infield to the right. Bully against Parker, swing and a miss, around full count. 2 outs, bases empty for the 2 FAU lead. Top of the 9th inning. Sam Parker, the pinch hitter for Missouri, batting left with bases empty on a 3-2 count. And low on the ground, and Parker is walked. And that quickly silences this very affectionate crowd in the FAU baseball stadium. So now the freshman second baseman, Blaze Ward, to try to send Parker, who's now at first, home. Ward ground out in the first time at bat. He then was struck out in 5th, and then a fly out in the 7th. Now pinch runner for the pinch hitter. So Parker subbed out for Jamal George, the senior catcher from Trujillo Alto, Puerto Rico, in his first year also out of Texas A&M, a fellow SEC school. He was a George, the SWAC freshman of the year when he played at Alabama State his first 2 seasons. And Booley, his 15th pitch against Ward's a ball. So now you got George at first, Ward home plate. Trying to send George home and keep the Tigers alive. They need 2 runs, tie things up. And upstairs, 2-0, 1-1 count. Ruled just inside by the home plate umpire, AJ Lastaglio. Pooley with the pitch, here it comes. And down the middle for a strike 2, a 1-2 count. And several fans starting to stand up here. They know what's coming. It's a 1-2 count, runner on first. Top of the 9th inning. Left-handed batter Ward. And swing and a miss. He tries to make it over the first base. Gramus, he throws over the Ward. And that takes out Missouri. And that ends the game. FAU wins 4-2 here Tuesday night in Boca Raton, Florida. The Owls got their second win of the season and are back to 500, 2-2 on the season. Meanwhile, the Tigers moved to 500, 2-2 on the season. Again, their second loss on the season. The next game up for FAU will be against Iowa in a 3-game series starting this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Final score again, 4-2, FAU over Missouri. Thank you for tuning in. I am Maddox Greenberg.